And this is the continuation of the week 4. My thoughts on week 4 games. And this is going to be the Monday Night Footballs. There were 2 Monday Night Football games. Monday Night Football. There's 2 Monday Night Football. The New York Jets and the Miami Dolphins, and the Cincinnati Bengals and the Denver Broncos. The Miami Dolphins 27-21 winners over the New York Jets. It was Justin Fields. Justin Fields came back. 20 of 27, 226 yards, a touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, 2017 of 25, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. So not looking too bad for either quarterback. Justin Fields came back a few weeks after being out for a few games. So it's kind of nice, that Justin Fields did look good. So you can't really blame, you can't really blame the loss on the Jets, on Justin Fields. You really can't blame that, I'm sure you can pinpoint to something specific, but, I'm sure you can. So, I guess, when your quarterback's the leading run rusher, though, that really does hurt. But, but they tied, though, 7 for 81, so more effective. But Hall, 14-81. So, and then in the first half, though, the Dolphins scored 3 in the first quarter. 10-yard touchdown, or 10-0. The Darren Waller 4-yard touchdown. And then a field goal late for the Jets to finally get the board in the third quarter. Then the Dolphins scored 14. And then with in between a touchdown 40-yard run for Justin Fields. And then a field goal early in the fourth. And then late. And then the Jets just couldn't get a touchdown until late in that fourth. So, in that fourth quarter. So that's what really hurt the Jets. Is that fourth quarter they just couldn't get nothing. Their defense for the Dolphins just played hard. And so. And then, so the Miami Dolphins get their first win. And Tyreek Hill in that game, he went out with an injury. I believe it was like a concussion. I believe it was. So. It's not the best, but you have more hope with Justin Fields than you do with Aaron Rodgers. You gotta say those 2 losses with Justin Fields and do it good. He does you do have to say they look good. So if the New York Jets can start to turn things around with Justin Fields, and you can give Justin Fields a 2026 completely healthy 2026 season, I could see them being more competitive. So then the Denver Broncos. And then the Denver Broncos blow out the Cincinnati Bengals. The Jake Brown led Cincinnati Bengals. Did not look that impressive. Browning 14-25, 124 yards. The only points were a field goal early in the first quarter, and then in the second half, neither team did not look super great. Bo Nix, 29 40s, 223, 2 touchdown reception. Defense played better on that fourth. There was a touchdown in that one. J.K. Dobbins had 16 carries, 101 yards, and there was only 53 rushing yards. Broncos, R.J. Harvey, the backup rushing running back, had 50 yards, so close to 200 rushing yards. Pretty for actually 186. Mims Jr. had 6 for 16 catches. Son had 5. Seaside 5 for 81. T. Franklin 4 for 55. R.J. Harvey 4 for 40. So looked really solid on the game. And then yeah, it was kind of an ugly game. Bengals had no business playing in prime time. Yeah, I know why. And with Jake Brown, they didn't. They looked good with. I know why they did it, because it was going to be Joe Burrow against like Bo Nix. But I didn't know why going into it. But the way with Jake Browning, it did not look that great. But the better game was actually watching the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. And that game, they didn't want the Broncos game to be like the 7:15 Eastern game. If anything, they would probably put that game at 8:15 Eastern game. It should have been like this game should have been moved to like 7:15 Eastern, 8:15 Eastern. If they're trying to do 7:15 local starts, it should have been 8:15 for Mountain Time. 8:15 Mountain Time is what it should have been, because it should have been 9:15, 8:15 my time, Central Time Zone. So it should have been 9:15 Eastern, 7:15 Mountain Time. It should have been. And then the other game should have been because Jake Brown should have been be able to be a flex. But either the NFL selects what game's gonna be on ESPN, what game's gonna be on ABC. I don't know if ESPN has the choice, or not for sure, but there should have been able to be a flex if ESPN wants to flex out the games. Flex the time. Either not even flex the times, even just keep the times the same, but have the games one. Just flex the channels for the games. They could have even, because it would have been a better game, honestly. But whatever. And yeah, that's my thoughts on Thursday, on week 5 games. Some of the prime times did not look the best, like however, like the Monday nights. One Monday night did not flop, but you had a great Sunday night game, and you had a good Sunday afternoon window with the featured games. The Commanders of the Falcons, the Chargers Giants, good secondary game. So, and then the Eagles at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You had the Jaguars at 49ers, Colts and Rams. Some good solid games. Chiefs at Ravens at Chiefs. You had some good games going in this week 5. 49ers at Rams should be going. And then you have Buccaneers at Seahawks should be a really good one. Lions at Bengals should be a really good one. And or not Lions at Bengals. I mean, it would have been a good one if Joe Burrow's playing, but it's not going to be. So Washington Commanders at the LA Chargers is going to be the featured game. Patriot Bills. I mean, it might turn out to be a good game, but I don't know about that one. Then Chiefs at Jaguars should be a decent Monday night game. And then the Vikings at Browns London game. I mean, it's not going to be the world's best game. It's not going to be a terrible game, though. I don't see it being a terrible game, though, because I don't see it being the world's a terrible game. I don't see it being a great game because as long as the offense line of the Minnesota Vikings can stay healthy for that game and then have a decent serviceable backup, have the main stars in but not so serviceable backups, and then the Browns starting getting rid of Joe Flacco quarterback, bringing Dylan Gabriel to start, and then Joe Flacco is going to second string, and then Shedeur Sanders is third string. Yeah, but if Dylan Gabriel doesn't work out as second string, string. If Dylan Gabriel doesn't work out as string, they might try Shedeur Sanders at starting quarterback. Which now that would be very interesting if they tried all three quarterbacks during the season. That would be very entertaining. Kind of actually very and kind of interesting actually. See that? So yeah. Anyways, except for week 5, 2025. Or week 4, 2025. My thoughts on the games.